Thank you very much, and thank you for the invitation to, at least in this venue, uh, be part of the virtual town hall on fair housing. It's been over 50 years, 54 years to be exact, that the Fair Housing Act passed. Congress and was signed into law. Uh, a huge civil rights and housing equity initiative and law that prohibited discrimination and ensuring that equal opportunity housing was available to all Americans. However, housing issues persist, and across the nation, we continue to experience an incredible shortage of affordable housing. Uh, that national shortage is up to 7 million homes that are needed to deal with the crisis in affordable housing. 20% of the renters in Arizona uh, would be classified as extreme low income. Of that 20%, 75% pay more than half of their income toward rent, which causes other stresses for them economically and emotionally for these families, given the other needs that they have, from childcare to health care to food to transportation. And the pandemic causes significant harm to renters and to homeowners. Uh, and one of the criteria going forward that has to be part of it, and Tucson and Pima County have been at the forefront of that, safe and clean housing. We're promoting in this next spending bill and through legislation and amendments that all affordable housing needs to be safe and clean and necessary for the health and the well-being, free of mold, lead, carcinogens, and any element that would add to bad health outcomes for those families. You know, the efforts by majorities in Congress and the president have been to American Rescue Plan, putting $50 billion into critical housing assistance, including $27 billion for rental assistance and $10 billion for homeowners during the pandemic, and $5 billion in direct homeless assistance. The 22 spending bill, same thing, $4 billion for U.S. for the housing and urban development issues, dealing with grants, homelessness, and choice vouchers, and expand rental assistance vouchers to up to 25,000 households. And the president's budget for 2023 continues that additional mandatory federal investment in affordable housing. We need to do more. There's no question about it. And what needs to be done is to assure that we have additional money. We've asked for $300 million for runaway and homeless youth, and for the McKinney-Vento to be able to implement and deal with the young people that experience homelessness. An additional $100 million for critical housing assistance and counseling that is very much needed by many of our families. This, in addition to the money we are pushing for CDC to do lead abatement and public health safeguards for families living in affordable housing, and advancing the HUD Inspection Act to ensure that inspections are compliant with federal housing laws and serve to provide a healthy environment and safe households. That's what needs to be done. But we know that the demand exceeds the resources and availability. And as we push forward, we have to make sure that any budget, and that includes the Justice 40 money as well, deals with impacted communities, deals with those most at risk, and deals with under-resourced areas such as housing and affordability as part of a response to communities as a whole. And so we continue to push that. And Pima County and the city of Tucson have been at the forefront and established some important precedents. The cooperative working together of both entities in terms of dealing with the housing issue over particularly the last 2 years during the pandemic, which made everything worse by far. The other thing is the counseling, getting the resources out directly to people. making sure that that's where the greatest impact happened. That has been the record. And I look forward to working with both the city and the county to continue to support those programs, assure a level of resource support from the federal government to keep those programs going, and to continue to use this as an example in other communities of what a collaborative, unified response to the housing crisis and the lack of affordability for families, how that response should be and how concentrated that should be. That's an example Tucson and Pima County have set, and you should be proud of that. So thank you. Look forward to the results of this conference and look forward to working with both the city and the county and communities in addressing the escalating need for affordable housing and the escalating need for transition housing for homeless populations and houseless populations across this county and across this city. Thank you very much.